That there we go. Let me know if you can hear me on the live stream. Post a comment, please. Just want to make sure this is good to go as I have everything all set up and everything for you. I'm just turning off all this other stuff that's going on. Um, should be good to go. It looks like all the levels are doing what it should be doing. Just want to double check before we get started. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. Disable. Okay. All right. We should be good right now. Okay. So, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to be going live more regularly. Um, I'm thinking about doing it once a week, quite honestly, because it's much easier for me to just go live, present to you different tutorials or editing or whatever, and then what can I say? And then basically, I don't have to worry about so much time with editing. The editing really is what doesn't discourage me, but it takes more time, and sometimes my schedule just doesn't allow time for editing on top of the other things I got going on. So I will be going live more often. This is much easier for me to communicate to all of you, to help you or answer any questions and bring to you some things that I've gone through as a photographer and hopefully will help you out in the long run. So with that said, we will be going over how recently I just bought myself two V flats from V Flat World, and that's actually right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but this big old thing from V Flat World, I bought two of them, and quite honestly, I've been loving what I've been getting out of it. It's been really, really fun using these, and um, I captured some. The first shoot that I did was in my driveway with a model that you may have seen numerous times on my Instagram. If you don't know my Instagram, feel free to go ahead and check me out there on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography, and you can see a lot of the work that me and this particular model have done. And matter of fact, there she is there. So her name is Nia Asada, and you could check her out at Lake Merritt Goddess is her Instagram name. So if you want to work with her, she's based out of the Bay Area. So she's really awesome to work with, and she's signed to MDT Agency 2 in San Francisco. But anyway, we do a lot of test shoots together. So I got these V flats, and I was like, "Yo, I got this idea." And during the pandemic lockdown, I wanted to just do a studio shoot, but in my driveway, and it worked out really well. And this time I was like, hey, let's do that again. And I just got these V flats, and let's see what we could create with this. So it's really spontaneous, some photos to, put on social media, etc. And I figured, this would be a fun way and less stressful way for us to just get creative just to see what happens. Because I wanted to see like how versatile these V flats can be used in like the most abnormal environments. And my driveway is definitely abnormal, especially the way the light reflects. There's a lot of white, and therefore it already reflects a lot. So having the V flat with the negative fill or the black side really helped with certain shots. So yeah, the V flats were helpful for numerous reasons, which I could probably touch on later on. But today I just wanted to get to showing you what we created and then also how I'm going to edit it. And if you have any questions, feel free to post those comments down below. Let's see right now. Let me show you over to, if you do have a chance, feel free to, aside from pressing that subscribe button for me, please, and that like, you can follow me on Facebook at Robert Silver Photography, on Instagram, and Patreon, which I will get more active on, and then the, most importantly, Twitter, and a Snapchat, and TikTok, which I don't have there, but I am on there at Robert Silver Photography. So let's get right to it. Okay, let's get to these photos. First of all, let me switch to the computer. Here we go. Let's get to Lightroom. So as you can see, and let me know what you if the feed is looking good, please post a comment, and just so that if there's something I need to fix, audio or the stream wise. So far the stream says it's super healthy, so we'll take it for what it's worth. Anyway, all right, so these are my favorites. Well, I shouldn't say my favorites. Actually, Nia chose these photos, but I liked them too. And I thought they came out really well. If you look here, this is my driveway. There's a door right there, and then you can see the mailbox, and it's a white wall that extends right here. Whoops, let's get back to there. There we go. There's a white wall here, and then over here it's like a light blue wall, but nonetheless. So this is basically what we're working with one of the shots. Okay, this was actually the second situation. It was the one with the glasses. If you see down here, this is one with the glasses. But I really like the way how I really like the fact that I could just set up the V flat. I don't have to worry about a stand really. Sure, when the wind came, I mean that's natural. It's only foam core, so it's like it's gonna grab it. You know, the wind's gonna take it. But overall, I love the results we were getting, and you'll see why in a second. So here's another photo right here. This was the first one she chose, and I already did some light edits. Let me go to the develop module here. There we go. Cool. So you can see if Lightroom decides to move and do what it should be doing. There we go. So we started off with the negative fill, quite honestly. And here's the second one, third one. And I was using a what was I using? A snoot, if you know what that is. I put a snoot on my 8600, the Godox 8600, and I just shot with a snoot because I wanted it to be very direct, and I wanted to still give it a studio vibe, even though it's extremely bright out. And this one again too was with the snoot. You can see here, this lit area actually is really from the ambient light. Let me put on so you can see the settings. See at 160th of a second. But that snoot gives you very hard direct light. So you just have to be careful and very precise, like very specific on how you're using that snoot. But I really like this, kind of gives you that, well, in this shot, it gives you that, how can you say, the glamour look from like the 50s or 60s. This one was without a snoot. It was just a 36-inch Octabox, which was from, who was that from? Not Photex. It was, dang it. It was a 36-inch Octabox without a grid. Anywho, I used the Lumix S5 and the Lumix 50mm f1.4 lens, which is one of my go-to and favorite combinations for portraits. It's a very simple, compact, but very effective kit that I use all the time, especially like throughout COVID or the pandemic. I use that combination a lot. The 50 is like, it's a must-have. It's a great focal length. Anyway, so we got that. We got this. And as I said, I already pre-edited these in Lightroom. Today, I really want to go into Photoshop with you. So here we are here. And I'll show you like the before and after real quick. Here we are here. And you can see I was still able to get the high key background on this. And I'm only using one light and the reflect a bounce on the second on the second V flat underneath her chin. This is how I got that photo. Nothing else. You can see the 36-inch Octabox right here, and then it's just bouncing up. That's all it's doing, and you could totally get a high key look very easily. Because if I did it in my driveway, you most certainly can do it. You know, anywhere you need to, especially in a controlled condition like your studio. So you see we got that. And then here I had her put on my sunglasses, which she looks much better in than myself. There we go. So that came out pretty cool. I really like the results of this. Again, same setup. And then here's the last photo right here. Cool. Now with this one, I just threw a canvas looking backdrop fabric I had that I've like never used, and I decided to just toss it over the V flat, and then instantly I had a different background. So if you have different unique fabrics, like you can get a cool fabric at Michael's or something like that, and just drape it right over it, and it gives you this cool vintagey or just a different texture to work with in the background. So I really like the way this came out. And again, it's just the same lighting setup, but you can see like when the light hits the white, it reflects. And then obviously this being charcoal gray, it absorbs the light. So there's no bounce or back, any light coming from the back, obviously. So that's really cool. So within this shoot, I literally had 3 setups. I had the white backdrop, I had the charcoal gray texture because of the fabric, and then I had the black. So within an hour, we were able to knock off 3 different looks, and I was able to control the light. Now, granted, when let me just get to this part real quick. When I was shooting in my driveway, I waited for the right time. I looked for like a day or two, like to see when the light is the softest and as much shade as I could possibly get in my driveway. So I waited till like after 6 o'clock to shoot, and that really gave me the optimal amount of light and the softness in the scene. So when you do this, like do consider where the sun is and what it's gonna do to your photo. Okay, otherwise you're gonna be You're gonna be doing all sorts of tweaking. Maybe you want the hard lighting, and that's cool. But if you don't, if you want something softer, in this case, I waited till about 2 hours before sunset. Okay. All right, let's get back to it. Okay. Now, let's edit this first one. Now, since I already pretty much did everything, I used some of my presets, which I do have available. If you're looking to improve the workflow of your presets, let me just show you this real quick. You can do so. Head over to my website, go to store, and you can check out my presets right here. Okay, right now they're 25% off, and you can check some befores and after, you know, stuff like that. Just see what you like. Check it out. Again, all you got to do is click on my go to my website at Robert Silver Photography. Okay, and click on store. And if you're not sure, just move down here, and you can click on this right here as well. Anyway, let's get back to Lightroom. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Wacom tablet. Looks like this little bad boy is what I use to do all my retouching with. So I just want to let you know what I do. I'm not using the mouse. I generally use the mouse for just the Lightroom stuff. Okay, so now let's go right here. Edit. Cool. If you have any questions about my editing process, feel free to post a comment down below. Me going live is really all about you guys and engaging with all of you. So this is definitely a team effort. If you just like to hear me talk, that's awesome, because I just got this beautiful mic. So if it makes me sound that good, you just want to watch me do my thing, more power to you. All good. But I'm also here to help and to answer any questions you may have. So as you can see, we're just waiting for Lightroom to do it. Photoshop to do its thing. And once it does that, there we go. Cool. And then there is that infamous Apple pinwheel that I just hate ever so much. Give it a second. Those are other photos some recent engagement photos I shot for a client. There we go. Look at that. What in the hell is... Cool. Something is... Let me turn this off. Sometimes when you have the mouse and the tablet going, it starts like wigging out. Okay, there we go. First, I'm going to get rid of that. So let's go ahead. Use this good old Lasso Tool. Whoops. Let's do it like this. What the hell is going on with my computer? Something is flipping out. And it is super annoying. Hold on. Let me just... There we go. Sorry, guys. Here, let's do it like... Whoops. Cool. So I do all the like blemish removal, spot removal, these kind of corrections before I get to the skin retouching. Because that's what I want to do. I want to smooth it out a little bit. I will be posting the end results of these photos on my Instagram. So trust and believe that. Now I'm going to go to my healing brush here. There we go. You can see right there. Cool. Awesome. And honestly, I've only gotten better just by messing up a lot, quite honestly. And then I'll go to YouTube, look at guys and gals that are far better than me, and then pick up techniques everywhere I go. So you can see already, it's looking pretty darn smooth. I'm definitely digging the way it's coming out. Cool. Then I like to pinch in a little bit more. What in the hell is going on over here? I mean, if I could just punch Apple in the face right now, I think I would. I think I would. I don't know why it thinks I give a damn about the weather right about now. Anyway. Cool. Make another. Now I just want to go in. Look for anything I don't like. Okay, her skin's looking pretty good. Okay, see? This is why you gotta pinch in, pinch out. This is why you gotta pinch in and pinch out when editing. So what I mean by that is zoom in and zoom out. Cool, 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 cool. Now merge the layers. Cool. Now I have an action for frequency separation. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And actions are basically like preset actions, I guess. Okay. So let's go ahead and work on the face. And I always try to stay away from like the details so I don't go over her eyebrows and the hair. Okay. Add the blur or texture I want. I think this is pretty cool. Cool. There we go. And what frequency separation does, it allows you to not only smooth and clean up her skin or his skin, but it allows you to keep the texture as real as possible. And that, my friend, is very good to be able to do. I've tried many other skin smoothing techniques, and this by far has been the most effective. And once you get the hang of it and you have your action saved and loaded, you can get to this like very quickly. Cool. So you can see I'm just going over, and then I'm not going over the I'm not gonna go over that. I still want some of that to be as natural as possible. Awesome. Jeez. There's like a lag going on with my Wacom here. It's really annoying. Now, whenever I do a few edits, I make sure I save because, as you can tell, technology today is not working up to its, to its hype. So I'm going to save it. There we go. I like saving it to Photoshop file. Jesus. I like saving a Photoshop file because then I still have the layers that I made. I think TIFF doesn't save the layers. Jeez, what is going on with this lag? It is horrible. Fucking computers. No. There we go. There we go. Cool. All right. It's looking really, really good. Now let's clean up the texture a little bit. Now I'm looking for any slight imperfection or color shift in the skin tones. There we go. There we go. Now, as I said, always zoom out. Save. Progress. Oh, the video is delayed. I really appreciate you letting me know. Thank you, Marzia. Thank you. Thank you. Let me double check why that might be. Look at this bullshit here. Huh. Stream says healthy and it's excellent. Let's see. Latency is normal. Maybe I need to it says everything is good. Huh. Very weird. Okay, let me know if it still continues to happen. Cool. Very nice. So let's take a look inside of Lightroom. Okay. So this is the end result. This is the first. Look at the skin too. It's super nice, golden brown. There we go. 1 and 2. And now this I'd be happy to post and share, and which I'm going to share with the model. She hasn't seen the end results yet. Also, okay, thanks for letting me know about the screen. I thought I changed it on OBS, and sure enough, it wasn't. So you didn't see me do this photo, but that's okay. I have another photo I'm about to edit. Do you see it now? You should be able to see it now. Okay. Right now I'm inside of Photoshop. Okay. And I just want to show you what I just did. We went from here. Oh my goodness, this technical stuff is it's just out of this world. Okay, yeah. So you should be fine now, by the way. Okay. So we started from here, and then we went to here with the retouching. I'm going to show you the retouching that I just did in a second, because I'm going to retouch the next photo. Okay, so I really apologize about that. I know that's super annoying. I thought I had switched it over, but I was so into the editing I didn't realize I didn't switch the screen in OBS. Okay, so human error. There's the before. Here's the after. Let's pinch into 100%. Okay, that's the here's the what in the hell? There we go. That's the before. Okay. Awesome. I'm so glad you can now see the screen. That was totally my fault. Okay, awesome. Okay. So just to let you know, like I said earlier, I'm using the Wacom tablet to do the editing. So you can see right here, this is the before. Look at her skin. And here's the after. Big, clean difference. And all I used was frequency separation. So if you don't know that technique, Google it on YouTube. Learn that technique. It takes a second to really learn it. And then when you do, save it as an action and then use this technique to retouch skin. I'm telling you, it'll take it to another level you're editing. Guaranteed. Awesome. Wow. See, this is why the community is so important. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Marzia. That was like amazing, phenomenal help. Much appreciated. Much love. Okay. Again, before and then the after. Okay. Now that we have the screen right, let's go ahead and retouch this next photo. I already did my basic edits I like. So let's drop it into Photoshop. You go right to edit in Photoshop. So it's going to take the raw over to it. Come on, Photoshop. go. Let's just check. There we go. There we go. Cool. Let's make a second. Awesome. So now everything looks pretty cool. Let's go. Let's get close and see. Everything looks pretty cool. So now let's matter of fact, let's merge these layers right quick. Go to my action. Again, I have my action as frequency separation that I saved. Press play. You have to record you actually doing it and setting it up, and then you can save it. You know, it'll be saved as an action. Look that up on YouTube too, to how to create actions in Photoshop. It's super helpful to save these certain things so you can quickly get to it. You see me, I just click one button and then you can you're ready to go. Okay, so let's start with smoothing the skin. Let's get a little closer. There we go. Woo, a little personal. Let's get using the Lasso Tool. There we go. Let's add. There we go. Now the amount of blur you add, it's going to be different sometimes in different sections of the face or the portrait or on different photos. So it's totally up to you. Just because it's a little bit harsher here, I think due to the light, I'm going to add a little bit more. In the other photo, I just added 10%. This time I'm doing 15. Cool. I'm going to fix the blemishes and even out the shadows in the next step. Cool. So you can see here, add some Gaussian blur. And it really, I mean, this really makes a big difference, believe it or not. If you take this both off, you can see her face here. And now it just looks way more flawless. It looks, but the texture is still there. She doesn't look rubbery. She just looks, it looks nice and clean skin. And that's what I personally rather go for. So here, I'm not going to go super heavy. So I'm going to go 10 there. And then here, I'm going to go a little bit heavier. So you just do a section at a time. I don't go over where I'd like the details. I mean, that's natural to have. Cool. Again, I'm just applying the blur within frequency separation. The blur layer. Boom. I'm using the Lasso Tool to kind of like just tell it what area to affect. And then some more blur. Let's go up and save before something happens with all these technical situations and technical errors, namely my error. All right, everything looks pretty smooth. Boom. So you can see right there, it's already looking pretty good. It's already looking pretty smooth. Matter of fact, as soon as this is done saving, I want to show you the before and after already. And this is before I fix the certain blemishes that I see right now. Okay, let's go to Photoshop. I mean Lightroom. So there we are. Okay, that's the Photoshop file. And now take a look at that. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Before, after. Before, after. And this is just the skin smoothing part. This is just the skin smoothing. Okay? Now, let's go back to Photoshop. Come on. Damn, this computer is just driving me up the wall today. The fuck? There we go. Jesus. Okay. Now, let's remove some of these unwanted shadows. Beautiful. There we go. Let's remove some of that. That's good. So it's literally taking a texture and applying it somewhere else. It's not taking color. It's literally taking the texture. And this is how I finalized the cleaning up of the skin. You can see, and you know, models really hate this. So make sure you clean that up. They'll think you're an awesome son of a gun. Cool. See, even that. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe glitter or something from her hair. After a while, you'll start to have like an ego eye for like so many imperfections. It's kind of nuts. Like OCD, you start becoming like really anal about it. But you just start to have an eye. You just know what you need to clean up. Stuff that people normally don't see. It's kind of weird. But it's part of the game. Cool. Cool. So you can see her skin looks way better. And I'm just using a stamp tool and covering that up. And I'm just taking it from somewhere else and applying it to another area. Again, the texture only. I'm not messing with the color or anything like that. That's why, you know, it just it doesn't look mushy or anything. Like when you're in Lightroom, it kind of jumbles up the pixels. In this case, here we go. Here we go. Very nice. Cool. Bam. Now from there, of course, we save it. Here you go. She looks great. This looks really, really good. Wow. Retouching does really, I'm telling you, it adds the spice, adds the life to your portraits. As much as you should be shooting, as much as you are shooting and should be, I highly recommend learning how to edit. Like, that's a great skill to have. And therefore, that's one thing you do not need to outsource. And yeah, I do all my own. Like every photo you've seen, I edit, retouch myself. I like having the control front to back of the image, meaning from beginning to end. Let's save that again. Yeah, very, very nice. I'm definitely digging this. Okay, once it's done, I want to show you the before and after. And of course, see what you guys think. Let's go back to Lightroom. Okay. Cool. There's the before. After. Isn't that a magnificent difference? I mean, that just looks phenomenal. I love it. Here's the before. And this is just with the skin smoothing. As soon as you remove the blemishes, look where it goes. To a whole nother level. This is why frequency separation is a fantastic tool or skill or technique for you to have in your arsenal of photo editing. This is it right here. Okay? So that photo's in the can. Let's go to this nice one right here. Matter of fact, before we go to that, let's go to one of these ones. I want to make sure I have enough time to at least do one of these white ones. Okay. Start here. I already did all my basic editing inside of the develop module in Lightroom. Now we're going to bring it over to Photoshop and rock and roll. And of course, now I'm waiting patiently like a monk for Photoshop to do its thing. Okay. If you don't have Lightroom already, I'm using Lightroom Classic. So just to let you know, and you can get that bundle with like Photoshop and Lightroom Classic for $9.99 a month. An absolute bargain. It's fantastic. If you don't have it, go get it. Knock it off. All right, let's look around the image, make sure if there's anything I need to change, I can. So there's some flyaways. Let's kill some of these here flyaways. There we go. There we go. Some of it should be there just because it's naturally should be there. But like if it's just out of control, then I want to bring some control to it. You know, like these. Everything else is all right. Whoop. Cool. Now, from here, combine the layers. And then hit that good old frequency set. Again, start with the Lasso Tool. Oh, excuse me. Let's go to 100. Awesome. There we go. You can see I'm trying to stay away from the hairline. I want those details to be sharp. Awesome. And I like to do a section at a time because you never know how much or how little blur you want to add to that area. Again, it's all personal. It depends how much you want. Go. Cool. Again, look at the detail of where the blur is applied. I still have all the detail of the skin. The skin still looks real. It just what the hell? It just looks really clean. There we go. Let's just save it to be safe. nice. I'm already liking it. Already liking it. And let's just apply a light blur just to smooth out the skin a little bit. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Already a big difference. Already a big difference. Now, let's go remove some of these blemishes. Using a stamp tool. Awesome. I wish I could play some music live. Boy, that'd be nice. But then it won't let me monetize or anything later on. There we go. See, all I'm doing is just looking for, like, I'm not trying to remove every little thing, but certain things I know will catch my eye. And that's what I go for. Oops, don't like the way that looked. Keep that. Be very critical. You know, there's a saying, it's like a dab will do, right? Oh, I just noticed OBS switched for some reason. Let me switch it back. Cool. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. Nice. Awesome. Cool. Dope. I'm definitely liking the results. Let's pull out. There we go. And now you can see. Let's save. Before I have a heart attack, something happens. Wow, that looks pretty good. All right, I see something I want to change, though, right around here. Okay. Super nice. Again, this was all just shot in my driveway. Oh, you know what? I do. All shot my driveway using a V flat as the backdrop and a V flat as a reflector underneath to get some fill underneath her chin. And this is the result. Let's go to Lightroom. Cool. So you can see here. Here's the before. After. $1 million difference. Before. After. Boom. You still have texture. Skin still looks real. It's just nice and clean. Nice and clean. So she just looks like she has absolutely freaking flawless skin, which, I mean, she has very good skin in the first place, but this just makes it even more so. That's the before. Here's the after. Now let's do one of these photos here, just for fun. One or two. You know what? Let's just do. Well, that one I can do pretty quick. Let's go back to this one. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's go in Photoshop and edit that photo. Again, all these were shot with the, I think all of them, with the Lumix 50mm f1.4. But what what is your focal length that you like to use? Let me know. Post that down below. Okay, so I already see a few things I don't like. Whoops, doing too much. There we go. That'll work. Just some minor things, nothing major. It's totally a personal call right there for me. I was like, I don't know if I should or don't. It's not really like irking me. Anyway, let's clean up the skin because the Snoop gave us some super harsh light. You can see the speculative lighting right here on the cheek, on our forehead here. It's super hard. So let's go ahead, combine these layers, and let's get to work. Cool. So let's just save. There you go. I'm noticing OBS like switches through my transition every once in a while. Uh, and that's super annoying because I'm not telling it to. So if it switches back to just me, it's not me. It's actually OBS, and I think it's whenever it transition. It's transition. I'm not sure why actually, but it's super annoying. Anyway, let's get out this lasso tool here. Let's use 15 on that. See, just applying it to different areas. Let's. What is? There we go. Let's save this. Look at the skin; it's already looking really, really good. Look, even when you clean up the skin, it makes the highlights look better. That's for sure. Um, because with harsh lighting, the imperfections in the skin is more prominent. There we go. So that is That's way too much. So do 5 on that one. Oh, Photoshop or my computer. One of them. One of them is annoying me. There we go. Cool. Let's take a look. Take a look. Good. Now let's go clean up these blemishes that I see I don't like. And I try to get the texture that like goes with that area. Like I wouldn't apply this texture over here or over here. There you go. Clean this area up. Cool. Cool. Now, move down a little bit. And frequency separation is a really good way to remove these necklines. Cool. Now let's save. And let's take a look back. Awesome. There we go. Looking pretty smooth. Looking pretty smooth. Cool. Let me see if I just add a curve right here. Inverse it, then use the brush. Now you can apply it. Just want to heighten some of the shadows. I don't dig. So let's take a look. Yeah. So when you're editing, doing before and after is so important during the process. Otherwise, you won't know if you went too far or you haven't gone enough. But that makes a nice little difference right there. Cool. I think that's enough. I don't want to go too far. Cool, 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 cool. Save it again. Oh, I see something. What was I thinking? Let's go here. Say. Awesome. Now, let's make sure I save that. The save is taking a little long today. Cool. Save. And this is with the black side of the V flat. Okay, let's go to Lightroom. Check it out. Save that. Okay. There's the before, after. So you can see here. Here's the before and the after. Oh, well, excuse me. That's the after. There we go. Okay. Before, after. Big difference. Big difference. Look at that. Look how clean the skin looks compared to here. This is the before. Because of the harsh lighting, that harsh lighting is going to show all sorts of details and imperfections in the skin. And then that's your job to clean it up like it is right here. It's very cool. Again, you can see that here. Here's the before on the right-hand side, and then the after on the left. And with the as you know, I was shooting this right in my driveway, and the results are awesome. I'm definitely digging it. I'm glad I bought 2 of them just in case. I figured if I'm gonna go in on one, I might as well get the other, and it's a slight discount if you get the 2. But you could always just use one. But if you need 2, well, it's kind of hard to have if you don't have it. Look at the skin right here, all through here, here, here. It's all nice and cleaned up. All nice and cleaned up. Okay. So, whoops. Let's deselect both of those. Let's get out of this C window. There we go. And you know what? Let's do one of these. Let's do this one. Just because it has that nice texture. It's a little different. And I figure since we already did the white background, the white side or the positive side, and then we did the negative fill side with the black. So now let's see the V flat used with the textured backdrop in the background. So let's make that extra layer. Let's look for things I don't want, like this. See that? Let's get rid of that. Awesome. I think that's a wrinkle. Let's just get rid of that. I don't want anything distracting. See, like this here. Cool. Everything looks pretty solid. Nonetheless, combine the layers or merge them. Action, frequency sap. Now from here, punch in at 100. And now let's start applying the blur. Okay, let's just save it just in case. Awesome. And then here. And then last bit right here. Cool. Save. Zoom out. Now look at that skid. Dang. That is a freaking huge difference. Let me just double check this area. Cool. Zoom out. Definitely liking it. Did I press save? Let's just save. You never save too much. Now let's work on the imperfections. Okay, boom, boom. Looking good. Cool. You see, I'm going pretty fast just because, well, I've done this enough times to know what I'm looking for. I'm just using a stamp tool. Clear out anything I don't like. Let's get even closer to that, actually. Oh. OBS is, I need to stop doing that. That is so annoying. Cool. So I'm just removing all these slight imperfections that I'm noticing. Cool. Let's move up. Looking pretty darn good. Looking pretty good. Now let's save. Bam! This thing looks pretty kick-ass. I'm actually really digging it. All right, I noticed I forgot something. Let's do some smoothing down here. See, this is why you need to zoom in and zoom out as you're applying your edits. Cool. Apply that. Boom. Jeez, what was that? Ha! Been kicked out of kindergarten making a rectangle like that. Now I'm going to go in, fix some certain imperfections I don't like. Awesome. Now let's zoom out, save, and let's take a look. This looks really awesome. Oh, I see something. I see something. I see something I don't like. Dope. Save that. Go back. Zoom out. Much better. Woo. It's pretty dope. I'm really, really feeling it. You got to be a fan of your own work, you know. And I'm definitely a fan of my work. And if not, well, I got to do better next time. Let's go to Lightroom. Cool. Now let's do the... All right. So you can see over here is the before, and then the after is on the left. See the big difference? You can see even, look right here, all this, gone. Gone, but the texture is still there. Okay? What the hell is my... Jesus. Something is... Let's get out of this. Cool. So you can see right there. Big difference. Look at the forehead. Look how clean it is right there. And how clean it... And you see all these little imperfections here. Here. That. All that. All that. Now it just looks like a nice highlight that's hitting her forehead here instead of this. See all that? Gone. Gone. Super nice. Okay, let's zoom out. Whoops. Dope. I definitely like it. And all of these were shot, like I said, right here in my driveway. Absolutely a with the V flats made the job super easy. We actually shot faster than I thought we would, quite honestly. And here we go. Let's go back to OBS. And there we go. So those we actually shot, like I said, in the driveway. Super easy. One light source, a 36-inch octabox, and the Godox 8600, and we knocked it out. We knocked out 3 solid looks. There's one more image I need to edit, and I'll do that when I get off. I don't want this stream to last forever. But if you do have any questions, feel free to post your comments down below. You can always check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and for sure on TikTok. All of them are generally Robert Silver Photography. You can easily find me there. I'm mostly active on Instagram, so make sure you go head on over and check me out there on Instagram at Robert Silver Photography. You can inbox me any questions you may have, or just follow along or whatnot. I always post the settings of the images that I post, so you can see, like, you know, what camera I'm using, and of course the settings I'm using to capture that image that I had gotten. So I do want to show you one thing here, which is the, whoops, it looks like it is. Here we go. Looks like my, there we go. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. I tell you, the streaming, the software kicked me off, or it actually just closed, quite honestly. So here we are. Sorry for the for the frozenness. But here we are. Just to let you know, I also do have. Let's go to here. I do want to let you know I do have a workshop coming up. If you go to my website, click on workshops. It's in July 25th. You go here to workshops and you can scroll down and you can see the workshop that I have currently coming up. It's a natural light photography workshop. It's a 3-hour workshop that I'm hosting in Oakland, so by Lake Merritt. So if you want to come out, it's going to be a great intensive. I have 2 professional models that will be at the workshop. This is one of them. Her name is Dallas, and she's with MDT Agency. And then I have another model from another agency as well. So if you want, you come on down. Go to, like I said, go to Robert Silver Photography, then click on workshops, and then you can register right now. I have a limited space. I already have a few sold already, and you can kind of see like some of the stuff that we've done in some of our workshops. And yeah, so come on down. And the thing I like about this workshop that I'm hosting is the fact that it's dealing with natural light, and a lot of times that's what photographers first start off with, and it allows you to learn how to make light work for you. So even in challenging lighting conditions, whether it be a foggy, cloudy day or whether it be a super bright, harsh lit day, and you're shooting more toward the daylight, especially the midday, like especially in the summertime, you're gonna get that a lot of harsh, bright sun. So learning how to adequately capture portraits in natural light is a great talent to have. Now I do a lot of natural light, but I also do a lot with my off-camera flash, like my Godox 8200 or 8600, and I bring that on set and capture the portraits with it too. But I like being able to have both. Sometimes I don't want to bring all the gear, and I still want to be able to create an awesome photo, and that's where natural light, the portrait comes in. You're going to have hours of shooting time with the professional models. Also, we'll be going over how to use a 5-in-1 reflector effectively, whether it be as a shoot through or as a bounce. So we're going to go over that as well. We're going to go over posing, framing, and all that good stuff. So remember to head on over to my website here. Just go to, like I said, just go to Robert Silver. Whoops, not Robin Hood. Go over to Robert Silver Photography. There we go. And once you're on Robert Silver Photography, go to workshops. Click on workshops right here. And then it'll take you right over to my workshop site. And you could just scroll down or just click on workshops right here. And it'll bring you right down to it. And you can see what we got. I'm currently planning a studio lighting for portraits. Effective ways to use 1 studio light up to 3 studio lights. So we're going to be going over that too. That's more than likely going to be in like September or something like that. But to be announced. But stay tuned, of course. Okay? So, if you lasted this long, I really appreciate it. Please take a moment. If you have any questions, comments, post them down below. But take a moment to smash that like button, share, or most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification. It really helps to get the word out there that I'm doing these live editing tutorials, and I'm going to do other tutorials too. I'm just going to go live more often, quite honestly. I'm hoping for once a week is my jam for this. Let me know what you think. If there's any topics you'd like me to cover in future videos, let me know. Of course, I'm Robert Silver. And if you like this video, don't forget to press that like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. I'm Robert Silver. And until next time.